actually, I want to direct this to Alberto because you wrote this legislation. What do you think to the mainstream media sort of spin on this story as a new form of colonialism?
A new form of colonialism is just, there are haters out there that you have to be aware of them.
And I want to ask you, because I know you faced a lot of backlash when you once talked about people who were against Act 20 and 22 by saying they were born losers, by saying that they were never able to succeed in life. Now you're saying here that they're haters. I want to ask you about that because even though Act 20 and 22 is being talked about as this great thing, I want to bring into the conversation the people from Puerto Rico who can no longer afford to live in Puerto Rico, who are leaving because all those foreclosures on those properties that have become available is because people from Puerto Rico no longer had jobs here. So I want to ask you about that because when we're talking about the people who are against that, as a reporter, I've talked to those people. So is it enough to ask people who move here under Act 20 and 22 to give back? Or is it simply the fact that when they come and they raise property values, that drives people out of Puerto Rico and increases the cost of living?
Okay, the first comment, I use the term haters because that's the correct term. In that interview, it was an interview which was framed, and I have the proof of that. My first language is Spanish, and I have told everyone I use the correct term. So the term is really haters. Why? Because everyone that has moved under this program in Puerto Rico one way or another have paid a lot of taxes, have given back a lot, have employed a lot of people. During the hurricane, most of them brought flights to take sick people out of Puerto Rico. They engage in helping Puerto Rico, and now we are beginning to see even collaborations as Act 2022 Society that have given back a lot. I founded a foundation to collaborate where we will create more economic development and promote more. There are a lot of hotels that were open after the hurricane. Instead of closing, because people that believe in Act 2022 came here the Saturday after the hurricane and gave an order that no matter what, they will be open. And that's a way to contribute because all that people that work out at that hotel didn't lose their job. So there are many manifestations on how these acts are helping. I know studies where these are incentives that doesn't cost a penny and creates a lot of employment and activity. And the best example is what we are seeing this week in Puerto Rico. People bringing innovation. That's the most important thing of these acts. That these acts not only move people to become residents and maybe pay less taxes than they were paying in the States, but they are paying taxes in Puerto Rico because they are consuming and their employment. But apart from that, they are bringing talent in areas that we didn't have, areas of expertise that they are partnering with our local young guys. And the next wave, I can guarantee that we'll be bringing back the diaspora. This is the instrument we have to bring back the diaspora from the States and create, again, wealth in Puerto Rico. And again, we have a problem. I don't ignore that Puerto Rico has a lot of problems, but this new group of residents are staying here. They maybe became attracted by the taxes, but they are staying here because they have begun to love Puerto Rico.